Hello everyone. Today's poem is Tang Yang Shui, a Tang Wind from the Book of Songs. There are totally 3 poems titled as Yang Shui, which means to throw up, to spread the water upward. Yang Shui. Yang means to throw something upward, to spread something upward. The other 2 same title poems are in the King Wind and Tang Wind. So 90% or maybe 100%, this poem was the first poem titled as Yang Shui. And what does it mean precisely? Along the history, there's nobody can confirm or tell exactly what does it mean, and most people think it's describing someone at riverside and spread and throw up the water from the river, just like the kids playing with the water at seashore. At riverside. By analyze all the 3 poems with the same title, Yang Shui, I do believe this could be a action or a step in a very decent ceremony, a ceremony to sign an agreement with other party, to make an oath with other party. So all in all is part of the code of conduct when people need to make an oath with other parties. Now let's look at the first paragraph. 杨之水，白石灼灼 Spread up the water. The white stone is solid there. So the first sentence apparently looks like a sort of the starting, describing some of the things, the scenarios around, but it's a double referring. So the action, spread up the waters, is some of the key steps by the code of conduct before the people make an oath. And the following is make an oath. The key point is the character by white color. It is the same character with the character Lord, Bo, the 100% same in the Zhou dynasty, but not now. So in the modern characters, the Lord is with a radical of people, and the color white is just the left part. But in the time of Zhou dynasty, it's identical. So whenever you see the character by white or something with the radicals of by white in Book of Songs, it has a very high possibility it's a double referring to the Lord. So with the double referring, this sentence is quite simple. 白石灼灼 石 is a long word of 誓, which means make an oath. 灼灼 is a sort of the simulation to punch on the stones to knock out the stones. So it's a so excellent, sophisticated double referring. So it compares the when the Lord makes his oath, this oath is solid, is so hard, like to punching on a stone to break out the stone. So it's a very, very solid oath. With the double referent, the second sentence is quite easy to understand. 素衣朱铺，从子于沃. With the shallow color clothes and red color, I'm following my lord to the place of war. 素衣, the color of shallow color, normally gray to white color, which clearly tell us that with this shallow color clothes, this is a ceremony to make their offering to their ancestors, something associated with praying to their ancestors. So when the Zhou people, whenever they make a big decision, when they make a very important alliance agreement with others, they will went to their ancestors' temples, make their offering to pray to their ancestors, and then tell their plan or make their oath with the witness by their ancestors. So from the shallow color clothes, we know something really important happened in the ancestors' temples. And the following sentence gave us a very more clear indication that the place name, Wo is the place name, a city in the Jin state. So the Jin state has a sort of the overthrown history. The branch family overthrown the state lord family, and this branch family they lived in the city of Wo, and finally the capital is still the previous Jin state capital, but their family temple was relocated or located in this city of Wo. So here it's very clearly that the poet with the lord of the Jin state, they went to the city of Wo, and they are having some of the very important things in the ancestors' temple, and they are telling to their ancestors. Okay, the next sentence. 既见君子，云何不乐? So, in the ancestor temple, everybody saw our Lord in front of us, right? But why does I, or maybe does everybody, don't look happy? So it's a very weird situation. So let's review the first paragraph again to make it more reasonable. So the first sentence, Yang Zhishui, telling us there is something going, very important ceremony going, and they do a sort of the must steps, actions before the real things happened. Let them prepared by spread up the water. And then the Lord of the Jin state, he make his oath solid and sound, like to punch on the white stone, like to break out the white stone. It's a solid and sound. And the scenario is so magnificent. The people wears shallow color clothes with red color. The red color tell us those people are the most senior noble persons or the lord of the states. And then the poet explained furthermore, make it more clearly. I'm following our state lord to the city of Quwo. The city of Quwo is the place where the ancestors' temple located. So by now we know it very clearly. It's the most important things is happening in now, because they traveled some distance to their ancestors' temples, city wall, and make the oath before their ancestors with the witness of their ancestors. It's a very, very important state affair. But anyhow, the poet gave us a weird conclusion that the Lord is in front of us. He looks magnificent with the address, and he make his oath sound and solid, but still everybody looks not happy. It's such a controversial situation. The situation looks like at one side it's positive, magnificent, at the other side it's negative, not happy. Why? Let's go to the second paragraph. Basically, it's identical to the first paragraph. 阳之水，白石浩浩. Throw up the waters. The white stone looks magnificent. So the double referring is throw up the waters. Our Lord make his oath to the ancestors. So how? Just look at the right part of the character hao. It's gao. It's a very frequent word, a normal word in the time of Zhou dynasty, which means to tell the ancestors, to tell the heaven what his plan, what he has done. So basically, it's telling to make a report or make a review to their ancestors, to the heavens. So the second paragraph basically is quite or identical to the first paragraph. The first paragraph, the Lord is making his oath, and the second paragraph is telling the Lord is telling something to his ancestors, to the heaven. The oath, right, in the first paragraph is very clearly. He was making an oath. Okay, let's continue. 素衣朱绣，从子于湖. With the shallow color clothes and red lace, I was following my Lord to the place of Hu. So basically it's identical to the first paragraph, right? The shallow color indicates this ceremony is something associated with their ancestors. It is the most serious, important ceremony in the Zhou dynasty. And the red lace is telling us that those are the most senior noble persons, the lords of the states. And the last character, Hu, is a term for a kind of bird, a very, very big bird, bigger than the swan. But someone think it's the swan. But in this poem, most of people think it's a term for a place, the place located in the city of Quwo. So both the first paragraph and second paragraph, they are referring to the same place. But for me, Actually, I don't know, so I had to follow the saying of most of the people. It's a term of a place, or it's referring the same place, the place or in the wall city. Okay, the next sentence. 既见君子，云何其忧? The Lord is in front of us. We all sing our Lords in front of us. But why he's so worried? Or why all the people looks so worried? In a normal situation, a good, nice Lord will do all his best to benefit the people within his state. So everybody would be very happy when they see the Lord, when they witness the Lord is making an oath, making a new plan. So it's all for the benefits of everybody. But in this poem, it's not the case like the normal case. So in one way, the Lord is making a very, very decent, sound oath, and his gesture, his behavior is so nice, it's very positive, and he was followed by his people. So it's all positive, looks positive. But the Lord is not happy, and he looks worried. Or maybe everybody is not happy. Everybody is so worried. So it's abnormal, and something bad will happen. Okay, let's go to the third paragraph. 杨之水，白石粼粼. Throw up the water, the white stone shining. And the double referring is the Lord was making his oath, and he look around. 粼, he look around. 我闻有命，不敢以告人. I heard the fate, the fortune from the heaven, and I dare not to tell others. 有命, the order from the heaven. So that's the fate, that's the fortune. And here is also a little puddle here. The Lord is making an oath, he's making a decision to the state. So everybody should be very clear what is happening and what the oath is about. But anyhow, the poet said, I heard the order from the heaven. So it's not from the Lord. And it's a secret. So nobody else knows this order from the heaven. And the poet dare not to tell this order from heaven to anybody, even the Lord. So what do you feel? It's really, really bad message, a really bad order from the heaven. And a wild guess, the Lord will lost his life, right? That's why the poet dare not tell the message to the Lord to anybody. And from the structure, we can see the uncertainty and something really horrible, because every paragraph has 3 pair of sentences, and in the last paragraph, only 2 pair of sentences. is such unstable and such a strong smell of danger or even death. So when you look into the general explanation to this poem, it was always related to a real history story, real historical figure, people. But anyhow, I dare not, or I'm not able to relate this poem to any of them. And the fact we know is these people does not live in the city of war, and they went to this place, to the family temple, to make their oaths. And the Lord very likely had a very bad ending, or maybe he was killed. It's all by the implication from this poem. So I list two periods. One is a real person, the other is a period, which qualifies to these two conditions. You can have your own study on this poem, on this period of history. From the writing part, this poem is dynamic and visually colorful. So the white stone, and throw up the water, and you punch on the white stone, and then you see the shallow color clothes, and you see the red collar, red lace. So it's a very, very colorful, very sharp color contrast and dynamic, and the structure is dynamic as well. So, and this is the very, very few, or maybe the only poem that has an unsymmetrical structure. The ending paragraph has only two pair of sentences, compared to other paragraphs has three pair of sentences. So it's so unique, and you can feel such a strong uncertainty and danger from all the things in this poem. A very sad poem, right? Okay, that's for today. Bye bye.